Hello everyone, Manthrow here, and welcome to the quest guide for the holiday event. So to start out, okay, first off, you're going to possibly need a few items. I don't know if it's going to be different per person, or if it's the same all around. But if it's the same all around, you will need 12 lobsters, 100 pale energy, and 10 pure or regular rune essence, as well as a red berry pie, cooked, if you will. If you are a member and you don't have the red berry pie and you're having a hard time getting materials, well, actually buying it on the Grand Exchange or any of the materials, remember the red berries can be found just east of the lodestone at Varrock. There will be a red berry bush. Go ahead and pick one, two, as many as you like, but all you need is one. And then just head on over to Unil. There's a cooking shop there. She sells the pot of flour. There's a jug of water right there. Just make your pastry shell. Buy a pie dish. It's very, very cheap. And there's even a range right there. If you have a low-level cooking, and if you've completed Cook's Assistant, go ahead and feel free to use the range there. It might actually help you out. It might not, but it might help you out. Okay, so we need to talk to the Snow Queen. We'll find out through all this dialogue that Santa has gone missing, and they're not sure where, but she knows, but she has a rough idea of why he's gone missing. So we have to find out where he's gone, what he's up to, and what is all going on. There's a lot of dialogue in this quest. If you want to go over it, feel free to. I'm just going to be kind of, space barring along because I already completed it once on my own reading the story. And it's a story worthwhile reading. It's a fun quest, so do keep that in mind. Okay, so we gotta talk to these three and find out what is going on. We have Orla, Doc, and Aubrey. Okay. First, we'll talk to her. She tells you about different things that she was thinking about, that she talked to Santa about. And then you'll talk to Doc. He'll be doing the same thing. He'll be talking about different things that he talked to him about. And then you'll talk to Aubrey, who will be talking, and he will mention the things that he talked about with, he calls him Old Nicholas, but Santa, if you will. Then we gotta go back to the Queen of Snow, and talk about the clockwork toy, that he wants to make a real boy. Okay, and you started talking about Dwarf Master, Thurgo, because you needed a Camdo Dwarf, because dwarves are used to building stuff, but he's the only one that has the capability of magic when it comes to dwarves. So, we shall head there. Just head to Port Sarim, and then once you hit Port Sarim, it's just south of here. You don't have to worry too much about anything else, just keep heading south. And then you'll see his little hut right to the southwest. There is a Terrorbird racing sign there currently, but that's not a permanent fixture, I don't believe. Okay, you'll see Thurgo, he's the one with the smithing cape. Ask him about Santa. You'll smell your red berry pie. Alright. And he'll say about what he was doing, or what he had mentioned to Santa. Black Dragon, well, the Queen Black Dragon is what he recommended to do with the gnome toy. Much like the royal crossbow, like he likes to say about. So now we have to go to the Queen Black Dragon. Now don't worry, there's no actual threat to you or anything, so don't worry too much there. We just have to head here, enter the cave entrance, and this will take you right to it actually, so don't worry too much there. It's just kind of a story filler, if you will. Okay, so when we get here, we notice that, you know, she's kind of taking a nap. We want to investigate the sleigh. You'll notice that it is destroyed. Unfortunately, Rudolph, it looks like, met his demise. There she is. Your guy, for whatever reason, blows her a kiss and it wakes her up. And he quickly goes in her throat. Alright. So now, we're talking about getting the heck out of here. Fortunately, this time, unlike the Song from the Depths quest, we don't have to worry about all the other type of dialogue and escaping and stuff like that. Okay, so we get back out. And she's kind of awake. Okay, now she's out of it. And poor Rudolph is actually down for the count. You do need an inventory spot for this. So we'll pick up the reindeer ashes. And we get teleported out. Now, we just want to talk to Santa again. Okay, so the three have decided that there is a possibility of another option of getting the clockwork toy as a real boy, since the Queen Black Dragon method had failed. Okay. So far, it is exactly the same. I just needed a dozen of the lobsters. I might have to come back to you guys in a couple of seconds here. Okay, never mind, just the lag spike. Alright, so now we have to go meet her dealer, who is kind of east of Ardone. If you're not familiar with where the Strake Worms are, they're just east of Ardone, southeast of the Lodestone, right behind the armor shops. So we'll head this way. Always, as always, use Surge if you can. Okay, there's the Menifite Smuggler. We'll talk to him. Bit more dialogue, of course. He has a few good laughs about your methods of making a shady deal, but it is a fun little quest, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys as far as the dialogue goes. Okay, now we are back. Let's talk to Orla again. As you can see, the Soul Obelisk is now here. Alright. Okay, now, for this part, you gotta watch the dial. If it goes to the right, you gotta click it a couple times, usually, to balance it back out. You want to try to keep it balanced in the green. And it's really actually that simple. Just try to keep it balanced. If you want to keep your mouse in the middle, you can do so. This way, you don't have to worry too much about if you pick the wrong way. Well, if it goes one way or the other. There we go. Alright. So now you want to talk to her again about getting the donation you gave, quote unquote, into the Clockwork Toy. Which, as you guys may have guessed, is a no-go. Alright. So now, we gotta go over to Doc. So we'll talk to Doc here. We'll propose another method. Alright, 100 pail. I have 100 pail with me. So now, I need to do some maintenance. Okay, now, if you want to, you can kind of configure this machine however way you want. Me personally, I think I'm actually going to go for my crafting, because I need crafting. Because you will get XP from this. It's not a whole lot, but it's very easy XP. It's very AFK XP. Because you can actually keep doing all these even after the event. So do keep that in mind if you want to kind of do something AFK in the background while you do something else. Okay, not too shabby. Okay. So now, we gotta keep fixing it. And eventually, this control panel will start to smoke. Alright. You heard the sound, that beeping sound? You just gotta click on the control panel and you'll go back to it. And now, he wants to test the machine on you. So, we'll go in here. And he's going to test it out on us. Alright. The guy got kind of electrocuted a little bit. Yep, let's try it out on the clockwork, buddy. Okay, here we go. And does it work? And if you guessed no, you would be correct. So now we have one more method we gotta try. And it is the magic method. Alright, so anomalies are bad. And there's actually things that you have to actually answer with this. Anomalies are bad, of course. I can seal anomalies while channeling the rift. And I need to seal 15 anomalies. You actually have to answer that correctly in order to do this part. Now here you can actually configure this into either room crafting or summoning XP. So do take your pick on which one. Personally, I should be picking the summoning, but once my summoning hits 75, I really don't care about it too much. Okay, so now we got to do the same thing but we have to hit the anomalies as they appear. And they are noticeable. They're like a miniature version of the energy rift. Right, there's one. There's another. It's kind of random how quickly they appear. And I've even had them appear on top of each other already. So, don't worry too, it does take priority over other players. So it's not something that you're going to miss out on because maybe somebody's standing in the same spot as the anomaly. It actually takes priority, so you don't have to worry about that. So we're already halfway done with stealing these. And all we gotta do is just a little bit more. There's one. Seeing a few more. The only bad thing is it does kind of take a little bit in order to get these things. It's more time consuming than it is challenging. Oh, hey, finally there's one. Okay, there we go. Now they're starting to appear. Uh-oh. The sound effects for the music are starting to go away here and there. There's just that much sound going on. That's what I'm assuming anyway. Okay, we just need to seal one more, and then we'll be good to go. Alright. What now? We got the pure essence already on us, so we don't have to worry about going to the bank for that trip. So now, we do this again. Some energy storms, I want to say. Go over and hit our little clockwork friend. But if you've known this at all, it is another no-go. Okay, can I seal that anomaly? Yes. So the anomalies might still appear. Alright, so let's talk to Santa again. He'll start talking about Rudolph, and we'll say, we find out about what happened. Albury actually has one more suggestion. And it's actually for Rudolph. And it's about the Phoenix to try to restore Rudolph back to life. So, we'll talk to Santa here again, because you kind of got to talk to him again to make sure you're ready. And don't worry, there's no combat. This quest is completely non-combat oriented. Okay, the Phoenix is here, and yes, this is an actual place in RuneScape, in case you did not see this before. Okay, it needs a little bit of updating, but it's an actual place. Alright, so there's a lot of dialogue here. And the Phoenix finds out that Rudolph is indeed burnt to ash, but should be able to help him. So, Rudolph's ashes are placed, and Rudolph is reborn. And it's actually Rudolph reborn. And Rudolph is good. But as you can see, he has a little bit different look to him than a traditional reindeer. But you'll find out kind of why he has wings through the dialogue. I do encourage you actually reading it. It's actually a fun quest. That's why I'm not reading it for you guys right now. Okay, so now they're talking about having the clockwork try the same thing. Maybe it'll work. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think this is going to work? Well, I can honestly say, if you said that it did not work, that you'd be 100% correct. So we'll talk to Santa here again. I might, maybe, I don't know. There we go. Alright, so it didn't work, of course. But at least we got Rudolph back to life. So, that means we will be heading back to Varrock and we get actually teleported back. Talk to Santa again. Now this time, we don't need to have any of the items. It's actually all already configured in. But they're going to try all their methods together to see if it works this way. So Aubrey's going to start it out with the channeling of the rift. Doc is going to power up the machine. And then Orla is starting to power the obelisk. And their combined efforts, look at that light show, have worked finally. And he looks incredibly creepy and evil from that angle. I don't know if they realize that. Okay, you might experience a bit of lag here. I don't know why, but during the whole quest I had like 0 lag. I get to this part, I start experiencing lag like crazy. More so right now than I did earlier. I'm not entirely sure why. But for whatever reason, this area is really laggy. But now you have completed it, and you get the Rudolph Reborn Companion, which you had seen a little bit ago. You also get the black and white Christmas snowboards, and you get full access to skilling activities in the Varrock Grand Exchange. So that means you have full capacity to this, the Energy Rift, and the Soul Obelisk. Which over here you get Divination and Prayer. Over here you can get Smithing and Crafting. Yep. And then over here at the final one you get Rune Crafting and Summoning. Which I'm sure you guys can tell which one everybody is doing because there's mass lag over that way. I mean, just look at that. Crystal clear smooth. Oh, I'll show you the snowboards while I'm at it, actually. So there's the snowboard. That is the white one. And then you can actually right-click it while you're using it. Okay, it has to be unsheathed in order for you to actually do a trick. But you can also transform it. And you can have the black one, too. So there's 2 different types, and that is how you do this. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have fun on this quest. Remember, read the dialogue. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun quest. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, later, guys.